Hey, all my Athari Candle folks on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you for tuning in. It's just a short video. As usual, my videos are probably like 3 to 5 minutes. Today, I'm actually melting some candles that I've had for quite a while. The wax is still good. Wax does not go bad. Soy wax does not go bad for quite a few years, at least for a couple of years, maybe 2 years. And then you have to re-melt the wax, get it repurposed into the same containers. Today I'm using my jars. I do have about 7 jars that I'm going to put on my website today, my Etsy website, that is. And I'm going to use these jars with different fragrances. I do have Franken Myrrh. However, that Franken Myrrh has, the fragrance is diminishing. Fragrance does diminish. It does diminish, absolutely. The wax does not. If you keep it stored in a safe, cool, dry place that is dark, the wax does not go bad. For quite a while, you've seen where wax just sits and sits and sits for years. However, the fragrance in the wax does diminish over time because it just gets older, it fades away, it no longer is useful. So what I'm doing today again is I'm using my wax in my jars, and I have 3 other jars. Let me go ahead and show 3 other jars sitting in here that I'm using. It's almost melted. I want this one here to melt right there. And then I'm going to that wax to use with my fragrances over here. Let me cut my fragrances are right here. Sorry, but those fragrances are still good. Fragrances in the jars, in the containers. I have plastic bottles that I use for my fragrance. Those fragrances will stay. They will stay as long as they are in that container that they came in. The container that I purchased my fragrances from with the vendor that I use, those containers are really good because they're dark containers to keep the ultraviolet light out, and they don't go bad for quite some time. They do fade over time. Those containers do keep the fragrance clean, but after a while the fragrances diminish, as any fragrances do diminish. You can keep them for a couple of years, but once you pour the fragrance into the wax, that fragrance, it starts receding. Like, seriously, you can keep it for a couple of months, but after about a year or two, if you aren't using that jar, that fragrance just totally goes away. It's no longer viable because these are clear jars, and with clear jars the ultraviolet gets through. If you're keeping it near a window or a sunny area or out in the open, that fragrance just starts dying down really quickly. The wax does not die down. It stays at the same unless you are keeping it in the sun. Now, if you have that jar sitting in a window, you have a whole jar sitting in a window and it's near the sunlight, you will start seeing a slow diminish of that wax, and it'll start going down, 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 even in the jar, because it's evaporating. The sun is helping it evaporate. And it just evaporates into the air. You keep it covered, that will help just a bit, but if it's uncovered, that wax will continue to go down. This is just a brief summary of my Athari candles and any candles in general. If you have them out in even a metal jar or container, they start diminishing, so you just want to use it as soon as you can, because that fragrance will help anyone and everybody in the household, depending on the fragrance type you use, of course. Calming fragrances like frankincense and myrrh, even lavender, those are really calming, soothing fragrances. They help, everyone. You want to make sure you don't have any allergies to the fragrance, and you can go ahead and use it. Just go ahead and use it up. Use it through your household. And I just wanted to come on here and give you all a brief synopsis. So today I'm doing 4 jar candles right now. This is one of them. I have 3 others in the melter. Let me go. And right here in the melter I have 3. That's melted. Awesome. See that? That one right there has melted, which is a good. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and yeah, do my candle journey. And I have pot here. This is the small one. I'm hoping to get my big one fixed today. My brother's going to help me with that. So, or tomorrow. And then I'll come on and show a video of that jar. It is a melt pot like this. This has a little bit of wax in it. And that's okay. It's not going to take away or add too much to that wax, but I just want to come on here and let you all know about my fragrances. And I am still here, Athari Candle. Check me out. Peace.